Hey guys, let's just see if the mic is actually, yeah, it's recording. Okay, so I did talk about going back to my animated rants about life, but there was one fundamental issue with it, and that was that they never quite looked right, and that has to do with how 2D is handled with AI. So I started a project. I thought like one of the things I like about this, my hand-drawn art style, is the color scheme. Mainly because I feel it's me trying to be a little bit original. And I think with AI, I think that is more important than ever because it's so easy to just reproduce everything that already exists. I mean, AI is already trained on a whole bunch of stuff on the internet. So by design, it's just a cliche machine. Even though it thinks up new things based off of what it's learned, it only knows what it's learned. And you have to fill in the gaps, essentially. So, long story short, that's why I took all the images in my folder, a blend between my pencil sketches colored in this color scheme that I thought of, and some AI generated ones as well. Trained on my art style. Yeah, I know I'm totally fucking bonkers. So we have AI trained on AI, trained on AI essentially, but don't worry about that. The point here is, I thought, what about trying to do that puppet film style, but with this color scheme? And the results started looking kind of cool, like this weird stuff here. Um, it came out kind of cool. A lot of stuff was all over the place, really janky and weird looking. But this to me is like why we should try to be original when using AI, because I think this specific thing doesn't exist on the internet. Sure, it's a combination of stuff that already exists, because AI is only able to create what it knows, essentially. That's why it was so fucking hard to do this art style. Um, But it actually kind of worked out. I mean, I generated probably 100 images using, actually more than 100 images. How many that? 206 for fuck's sake. Using Flux 2 Klein 4B. It really struggled with getting it, but it closely enough got it to a point where it's kind of usable. At the very least, it is original. And it might require some work here and there. Some of these are very easy to work with, while others are really hard to work with. But using ChatGPT, I was able to turn one of those characters into a full-fledged character sheet very easily. This was using my sheep character. It doesn't really resemble all that much my drawing anymore, but I kind of think like fuck drawing, man. Like I'm not all that into drawing anyway. I want to be into it because it's so calming and relaxing, but I never actually feel like doing it. And if you want to do what I do, which is to make AI videos, you sit around with a lot of LTX workflows anyway, so you don't really have all that much time to sit around drawing all day. So yeah, they don't necessarily look exactly like my hand-drawn artwork anymore, but I don't think that matters as much when you feel very certain that you are being original anyway. And I feel that way about this, like I feel it is actually original content. And it kind of inspired me. I thought maybe I should go buy some clay and actually do this thing for real. My daughter, she loves clay. And it doesn't have to be clay, it can be cloth as well, and just replicate what Flux 2 Klein generated for me here. Turning my pencil into white knitting, essentially, or what you would call it, white stings. That's so fucking cool. Like, yeah. um, I think some of these actually wound up looking pretty great. Sure, there's a lot of jank here because the AI doesn't quite understand what it's supposed to make, but it does a decent enough job that it looks interesting. I think, at least. Like this one, I kind of just want to hang it on my wall when I see it because it looks so weird and cool. I'm very into that whole puppet film aesthetic, and this is, to me personally, it looks like a kind of artsy puppet film aesthetic. I don't know what I think about that or feel about that, but yeah, I like it. I do. I really fucking like it. I have to be real. Now this some of these it really struggled with, like this female character. It did not understand how to do this thing, but somehow I kind of like that. Um, some of these turned out really well. Now this one actually impressed me much more than any of the others. I mean, sure, it gave him hair, and my drawing doesn't have that, but that was me using Claude to help me prompt for more tactile, what you call it, yeah, tactile stuff, so that you can feel that it's handmade, so to say. And my troll character, actually, this one I think wound up looking pretty great. Its chest looked kind of weird, but I kind of feel like a person who would knit this or sew it would probably try to create the chest in a similar way. I don't know if it's just me, but I think so. This one most certainly does not look like my original hand-drawn character, but I liked it nevertheless. Like it looked cool anyway. All of them were really, really weird. Extremely weird looking in a cool way. They do need quite a bit of cleanup though. Some of these drawings always wind up looking good when I try to transfer them into different styles, and this is one of those characters. For whatever reason, all the AIs understand how to convert this into different styles. This one often also, like, why? It doesn't make sense because it's so exaggerated in the pose and all of that. The AI should not understand it, but it kind of does. Flux 2 Klein 4B is a lot better than it has any business of being. to say the least. Yeah, this was trying Quen image edit. I don't think that one did as good of a job. I mean, I like the orange color, but it was a little bit too intense, in my opinion. Too much orange here. This was more toned down and muted. Yeah, and this one is the one that ChatGPT made a character sheet for. This thing. So yeah, I'm trying this now. I tried my hand at drawing again the other day, and I just did not feel it at all. And it kind of has to do with the nature of what I'm actually trying to do. Because it's kind of like self-defeating in a way. When you already know that when you try to animate this, the diffusion process makes the outlines smudge and blur in really ugly ways, then you don't really feel like doing it. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm trying this instead now. Sure, you get that same blurring and smudging, but it's not as visible in a way. Like with Dorkboy. Dorkboy, sure, you get some of that AI smear, but you don't really see it in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but you kind of don't see it. At least compared to 2D. Because 2D, it is so fucking visible. It's just ugly, in my opinion. Like, I cannot watch those rants I made using the 2D version of this because they just look so ugly. Because when you do 2D with AI, all of these outlines get all smeared and weird looking. And I'm sorry for repeating myself like a broken vinyl, but it is so apparent, like it's so ugly. Yeah. So that's the state of this. I'll keep you posted. I don't know if anyone is even watching this shit. Maybe someone in the future. Maybe all of a sudden I make a viral video and someone from the future is going back in time and, man, he did all of this back in 2026. Or this shit just dies on the internet. Maybe some fucking Martian watches it. I don't know, man. We need to keep busy with something. It would be so easy to get famous on YouTube if I just didn't want to be so fucking original all the time. I mean, it's not hard to make a video that everyone wants to watch. The problem is that I don't want to make it. And before, with my previous YouTube channels, I didn't give a fuck about that, but now I do. I don't want to spend my time making stuff that I don't want to make. I don't care if I get popular or not. Okay, that's it for today, folks. See ya.